Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 8 of the Player to Player podcast. My name's Kirk,
I'm Luke.
and today we've got a guest coming on here in a little bit. His name is Josiah. He's on the channel Simulated, and we'll be getting to do an interview with him.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to jump into just some quick news that we had come out this week. One, which is either stupid, baffling, both.
It's both.
It's confusing. Jason Momoa, according to the Hollywood Reporter, is going to be starring in the new Minecraft movie for Warner Brothers.
Like what? I don't. Why?
He's going to be Steve.
Okay,
right?
but why do we have Why is there a Minecraft movie being made? It's live action too.
I don't know.
This isn't like voice acted.
know.
Like I'm so confused why anyone thought this was a good idea. This is the reason we don't get video game movies, because
Right.
people take video games that should not be movies
Right.
and they make them movies and they're garbage.
Well,
like this is not.
Every now and then one of these weird ones hits. Like the Lego movie was a great movie. Like
Yeah, but
that
that's
was
not really a
good.
video game movie. Like,
Well, no, but it's one of those weird movies where you're like, a Lego with Chris Pratt? Like, what is that about? But I don't know. Minecraft live action, Jason Momoa. I'm confused.
I guess Lego movie is kind of a good point. Like maybe it doesn't absolutely suck, but I do not have high hopes.
Yeah, and it's a classic example of just casting one of the popular, actors that's in everything just to get people to come to the movie. When Minecraft has enough draw on its own. I mean, I think it's the number one best-selling game of all time, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
it's,
except like
more
maybe
than
Tetris.
I think
like,
it beats Tetris.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so.
Wow.
So the fact that you just have to, it just shows that they don't know what the value of Minecraft is to begin with.
Well, I mean, this happens all the time with studios. I mean, just look at like what Disney does fairly regularly, or what Marvel does. Like they fairly regularly cast nobodies. Like, I mean,
Right.
now every now and then, but they know where to place their big names, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
especially with like villains,
Mhm.
like we got Michael Keaton in Spider-Man. Like that was the big name, but like the character is a no one. Like who was Tom Holland
Right.
before Spider-Man?
Exactly.
Like like
Yeah.
so I think what's so brilliant about that is that we, like, you don't have anything to compare them to. It's like I think that's also part of the reason so many actors who are on long TV shows or on like really big movies that have a lot of sequels like struggle to do other things, because people struggle to see them as anything else. Like if you see, it's getting better, but like if I see John Krasinski in anything, it's like that's John Krasinski is not
still
it's
Jim.
Jim Halpert is in
Right.
Jack Reacher, or whatever the movie was called, the show that he did was called. Like that's how it comes across to me, and I think that's pretty common. So I think it's actually really smart to cast no ones for the roles that are gonna be repeating. Like I don't know what they want to do with Minecraft,
I agree.
but
they want to make money. That's what they want to do. So I think this shows they don't have plans based on what the franchise is strong in.
Sure.
Also, Minecraft is like not movie material.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably a kids movie. Like that's what they're like gonna aim it towards.
Then why didn't they do animated?
I don't know. Like what? Maybe not. Sorry, not necessarily like little kids. Like 10 to 14. It seems like
But
maybe
still,
that's their
I
target
would've done
audience.
animated, like story mode.
I mean, maybe, but that's also like the age where I was like, oh, everything animated is for babies. Like I mean,
Yeah, but
so
I mean, if Minecraft would have come out, you would have loved it.
maybe I didn't. There's a bunch of animated stuff that I did not watch when I was that
Really?
age. Yeah, because
Well.
like you grow up watching cartoons, and that's
Sure.
what little kids do.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I'm skeptical. We'll see what happens. However, if you Google the movie, it has a pretty impressive cast, which is clearly
Really?
fake. Yeah, it's Steve Carell.
Wait, for Minecraft?
Yes.
What?
Like I don't know why, but if you Google Minecraft movie, like how it usually shows the cast for movies that you Google. I looked all over the place. I can't find any of these actors there, but Steve Carell,
Okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis, and Joaquin Phoenix.
What?
Like, sorry,
That's insane.
I'm so confused. And Jason Momoa apparently.
That sounds
but what's funny,
like an Oscar movie.
Jason Momoa isn't even listed in the cast.
Of course he's not.
And he's the only one who actually has ties to the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know who.
That's the internet for you.
I don't know who messed up, but
Somebody messed up bad.
It's pretty funny.
Well, Minecraft was that'll probably be trash. Sonic 2 was trash. Everybody hated it.
Did you see it?
Actually, that's not true. Not everybody hated it. It got really good reviews. I think Sonic fans really hated it. Arla really hated it. I didn't. I liked it for what it was because I lowered my expectations so much after the first one, and I just realized, hey, this is gonna be that dumb '90s movie where they just insert like an animal character and he does funny tricks, and sometimes they make cute references to video games.
Sure.
As that kind of a movie, it's great. As a Sonic movie, it's absolutely terrible. But so when I hear news like Streets of Rage film is in the work with John Wick's director, I try not to get excited because that sounds really good.
For sure.
So Streets of Rage, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's an old beat 'em up that I think was more on like the Sega side of things. But it's recently been revived. They made Streets of Rage 5 within the last couple of years, and it took off. It did really well, and it seems like they want to do a lot with this franchise. And this is the right way to do a movie, but I'm still just skeptical because of how.
I mean, if someone can do I don't know much about Streets of Rage, but from what you've told me, like if someone can make a successful movie, like a good movie out of it, it's John Wick's director.
Yeah,
you know?
Derek Kolstad.
Yeah.
Everything this guy touches is great. So I mean, John Wick, those movies are amazing. Everybody loves the action in those movies. And it's all the hand-to-hand combat stuff. So when it comes to a beat 'em up, that's exactly what you want. So if they go for that cheesy 80s action hero thing and they do it well, but also a little bit satire, but also really cool action, this could be it could be really good. So that's what we've got in movie news, I guess. Video game movies it's just kind of scary. But in other news, let's see. We've got the writer from Portal, Eric Wolpaw. He wants to make another game, and I think Valve should make another game, and Portal 3 needs to happen. But he wants to the quote is he wants it to come out before he's too old to work on it.
Yeah.
I'll read what he said right here. He says, I'd work on another Portal in a second, but I can't do it, unfortunately. I could advocate for it, but it's not going to help. The problem is with 300 employees, and I don't know exactly the breakdown between the production side versus the Steam business side versus legal. There's a lot of opportunity cost to taking 75 people and trying to get a game made. As much as it seems like Valve often is just a bunch of people sitting around sipping gin and tonic, everyone's working. And it does seem like that. But Valve just put out the Steam Deck.
Yep.
They also just put out a brand new game for the Steam Deck, which it's a little fun, intro game, nothing huge or what.
I mean, they're also working on the Index 2.
They're working on the Index 2. They're probably working on another Half-Life VR game
it
or
just
something
seems
like that.
like they want to be more focused on hardware, software side than like video game side,
Yeah. I don't know. I would love another Portal game. Portal 1 and 2 are some of the best puzzle games I have ever played. And they're really charming. They've got a really cool story and world building and all that stuff. And doing a really big, like, there's so many instant ideas I have for a Portal 3. Like, they really could crack the lid wide open on this thing. And the fact that the writer wants to come back, that's kind of the best part about the Portal games.
Yeah.
So, Valve, if you're listening, please make Portal 3.
Someone at Valve's listening.
Oh yeah,
like
totally.
At least like 3 employees.
Well, I mean, while they're sipping on their gin and tonic, they probably put on.
This is a gin and tonic show. I mean,
I
right?
think so.
Like, yeah, totally.
I mean, I could go for a gin and tonic right now.
Next, we have some Call of Duty news.
We do.
So
tell me about it, Luke.
Treyarch announced that Vanguard is getting round-based maps. Which I'm not sure if
Did
you're
it not have it
familiar.
before?
It didn't. They were not round based. They were
What were
they
they?
were objective based.
What?
Yeah, that's why people hated him so much.
Oh, that's
Trash,
lame.
absolute garbage. Vanguard is getting round based maps.
Okay.
It's Shinonuma.
Oh no. Isn't that like the worst zombies map?
No, it's not. I mean, it's nothing like special. I don't know. It was the first zombies map with perks on it. No, it was the first zombies map with a wonder weapon.
Okay.
But that was kind of the only special thing about it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like now to be fair to Treyarch, like it's not just a remaster; it's a remake. They're adding a bunch of different stuff to it. There's going to be a Dark Aether side to the map and everything. So there will be more content there. But out of every single map that people have been asking for, it wasn't Shinonuma. Shinonuma was on World at War. Shinonuma was on Black Ops 1. Shinonuma was on Black Ops 3. Shinonuma was on Call of Duty Mobile.
Wow.
Half of Shinonuma is on like one of the Vanguard maps for some reason.
Not
so it's like
much requested.
Yeah, and I don't understand why Treyarch like thinks anybody wants it. Like
it just seems like every move they make with this game is just
I don't understand. I mean, so they announced round-based maps are coming to Vanguard. So Shinonuma is the only one that's been announced.
Okay.
And we won't get it for a little while. It's probably going to be, I forget. I think they said season 3, and I think season 2 just started. So it'll be a little while before we get it. But they said maps, plural, you know, so like I think.
What's that other one nobody likes? Knock?
No, I mean, like, it has the same feel as Shinonuma.
Yeah.
I mean, the World at War maps were good for what they were. I mean, Durice is still considered one of the better zombies maps ever made. It's a super fun map. But it's like a solid B tier map. Like it really is. And I mean, so is Kino der Toten, you know, the theater from Black Ops 1. It's like, and those were S tier maps when they came out.
Oh, totally.
But they've improved on zombies so much that it's like nostalgia is such a big driving factor on why people want to say that those are the best maps ever made.
Right.
They're just not. But like Noct, Shinonuma, Verrucht, they're like C tier maps. So I don't know. We'll see what their reimagining of it is. With that said, their track record of reimagining maps with Black Ops 4 was not great. Most people prefer the originals to the remakes of them. So I don't know. I'm skeptical. We did, however, get a little bit more zombies news, which I'm actually excited for. Zombies Cold War is getting a new super Easter egg. You will have to have completed the Easter egg on all 4 round-based maps and the 2 Easter eggs on the Outbreak maps in order to even begin the super Easter egg. So you have to do absolutely everything, which they've done before. It is cool. I'm excited for that. And we're getting updates to Outbreak, they said, so this is probably not going to happen, but Black Ops 2, do you remember Transit?
Yeah.
We might get Transit as an Outbreak map. Have you played Outbreak at all? Do you know what Outbreak is?
Yeah.
It's kinda. Like, so it's an objective based thing,
right?
But it's like you're basically playing zombies on multiplayer maps, but it's not round based or anything.
Yeah,
you don't move to the next map until you do an objective, and then you go to round 2. You know, but it's not. They're a little more harder. Round 1 is much harder than round 1 on a round based map.
Yeah,
Outbreak's very fun. It definitely needs some more work, so I'm excited that we're getting some Outbreak updates. There's been all sorts of different leaks flying around, so who knows if it's actually true, but I would love a Transit Outbreak map.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. It would be so much fun.
That'd be kind of fun.
So that's what they wanted to do, basically. They wanted Transit to basically be an Outbreak map. It was way before its time. Like, the 360 just could not do that, you know, for the way they wanted to do. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. So, like, sort of exciting / sort of disappointing news. I don't know.
I mean, at least they're updating it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something.
Well, and you know, I posted a poll on Reddit, like, with, now that we're getting round-based maps in Vanguard, will you pick up the game? I got 70 yeses.
Wow.
520 no's. So, like, the community is definitely not happy with Vanguard, but the Cold War news is cool. And, you know, maybe Shinonuma will be great in Vanguard. Maybe. We'll see. So, But at least it's content between now and 2024. So
Totally. Yeah, I mean, like I said, at least they're updating it, and in the next couple of years, we'll get a much better Call of Duty. So
right.
it's kind of just like we're just waiting. I mean, really, we're just waiting for the next one. So anything they give us at this
Yeah,
point is
exactly.
kind of
That's how I feel. So
in Nintendo news, they had a bad day today. The Game Boy Advance emulator for Switch Online looks like it probably leaked. Some people are saying maybe not. It could just be their awareness of like the emulator internally and it's not their emulator, but it looks to me and it really sounds like this is their stuff that got leaked.
I'm a little skeptical though, because like everyone was saying we were gonna get Game Boy and Game Boy Color last fall when they
Well,
released the upgraded uh family plan that they did.
that for sure is happening.
That we're gonna get it.
Yeah, we've heard from insiders that that is coming. Like
Is coming.
the logos are done.
Okay.
Like it's happening. So the fact that the GBA emulator leaked means that that kind of confirms all three actually. So whether or not they release them, you know, in over time, or if they release them all at the same time, I'm not sure. But
Sure.
um, it I mean, this looks like a pretty legit leak to me. And it shows some screenshots. It shows some debug stuff. It looks like it's a fully finished emulator that is basically ready to launch on Nintendo Switch Online. Which
Well, cool.
if
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance comes to NSO, I will be over the moon. There's so many good games on there, especially Metroid games because of Dread. You know, there's Zero Mission and
Right.
um, um, Fusion. So people really need to play those. And the only place they're currently available is on the Game Boy Advance. So Game Boy will be cool, Game Boy Color will be cool, but Game Boy Advance will be awesome because there are some really cool games on there that haven't been re-released with some really good sprite work. And it's one of the best consoles Nintendo has ever made. And maybe they do Pokemon, that could be cool. Probably won't do Pokemon, but there's plenty of Mario games, plenty of Metroid. Minish Cap is on Game Boy Advance.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
That would be
some good
that
Zelda
would be
stuff.
very cool.
Minish
to get
Cap on the
Switch.
Switch would be so sweet. So definitely looking forward to that. But that's all we got for the news, unless you have anything else.
Nope.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get Simulated on here. Our first guest on the podcast is Simulated. Currently has 135,000 subs, over 23 million views. His Discord has almost 3,000 members. He's on TikTok, he's on Twitch, he's on Reddit, he's on Instagram, but most importantly, he's here today on the Player 2 podcast. Josiah, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm doing great. How about you, Kirk?
We're doing good. We're thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
Josiah, this is my brother Luke.
Hi, Luke.
How's it going?
Have you guys met before?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
don't.
if you're
I don't
anything
believe
like
so.
Kirk, I'll love you.
I am the better version of Kirk.
Oh yeah, of course.
2.0.
My parents had Kirk, and then they were like, "Well, wasn't perfect. Let's try again." And that's why I was the last boy they had.
Yeah, perfect.
So, who is Simulated? Tell us, who are you?
Some kid who lives in Idaho, and he plays games. That's pretty much it.
All right. Hey, man, that's I mean, that's a pretty strong bio. Kid that lives in Idaho and plays video games.
Yeah, it does YouTube. I don't know. Who
And
the
does
balls is
YouTube.
Josiah? Who Simulated? I don't know. Who's
So
Kirk?
how'd you get started?
Oh, how like so I was sick. I was sick and home from school. And so I was sick for a whole week. And this was during the whole COVID thing, so I knew I had plenty more time to be home and be bored. And then I was sitting there doing nothing with my life. And then I decided I didn't want to go to college. So, and because I didn't know what I wanted to do in college, I didn't know what I wanted to do beyond school, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing I knew that I would actually enjoy is YouTube. So I started a YouTube channel right there. And then I got like 3 views on my first video. And from there, it sprawled into what it is now.
Wow.
So you made 143 videos in your first 9 months. Is that right?
I don't know. I guess
I
so.
I believe I got that from your channel trailer.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
yeah.
So is the first video you have on your channel the first video you ever made?
No, I believe I have just like two privated ones that were made
Okay.
like 4 years in advance when the channel wasn't called Simulated or anything. And
Oh,
I
okay.
just figured out that you could post a YouTube channel or a YouTube video from your phone. So I recorded my cousin who's sitting next to me. I was like, dude, you're gonna be on YouTube. And then I posted that. It's like 3 seconds long. Then the next one's 6 seconds long because you could have put on like a bubble effect, like just default in YouTube settings. So I did that with some like
Nice.
weird default YouTube music. So I privated those. Otherwise, my first simulated video is public.
Still up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's a pretty amazing 9 months. How did you crank out those videos? You were still in school, weren't you?
Yeah, so basically, before I graduated, it was really bad. I was doing, so I was waking up, at 6 or whatever to do school. Then I was doing track practice, which could last till like 5. And then I was staying up to 1 a.m. making a YouTube video. And I did it every single day for
Wow.
YouTube, and I was consistent with it all the way up until I graduated. And then at that point, I had so much time that I didn't know what to do with myself, and I became complacent. And then kind of I slacked on making videos. That's for sure. So I boomed really, really fast for no reason at all. I look back at my old videos, and they're not as I don't think they're as good as my new ones, and
Yeah.
yet they gained so much more traction. So it's kind of
Wow.
weird.
That is weird. So, what's the first video you had that took off?
Um, well, it depends what you mean by took off. Like, because for me at the time,
That really surprised you?
like really, really, really took off. Because the first
Yeah.
one that kind of took off, it got like 200 views, which is weird because my other videos got 10 views.
Right.
Um, it was like my seventh video, I believe, and it was a video about World Box. I believe you know what the game is.
Uh huh.
I just it was just titled something really clickbaity, like thousands of something attack thousands of another thing, and then I just did a ton of that in the video, and the watch time's really bad on it, but it got 200 views, so that was really fun. And then of course I posted more, and from there it just kind of skyrocketed.
Wow.
Yeah,
And so, by the time you were done with senior year, how many subs did you have?
around 60K.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So, was that enough to prove to your family, like,
it
hey,
was more than enough. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely
that's
way
awesome.
more than enough.
And then you got your play button.
Yes, I did.
That's awesome for 100,000.
Yeah, it was pretty bizarre to get one because, growing up, I've always watched YouTube and all my favorite YouTubers, and they'll make their videos revealing their play button, and then all of a sudden I'm holding one and it says simulated on it, and it's like, what?
Dang,
That's so weird.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
And so you grew up on YouTube?
absolutely. Oh yeah, super, super grown up on YouTube. Watched all my life. More than TV. So, favorite YouTubers came and gone. Used to watch a ton of Minecraft stuff. Then Minecraft kind of died. Of course,
Hmm.
Fortnite came around. Watched a lot of that. I don't know, just all the random stuff. A lot of the like Rhett and Link I grew up on. There's a few old ones that don't post anymore that I grew up on. Um, yeah. Then from I don't know. I don't watch YouTube as much as I used to. Now that I started
Yeah.
posting videos, I don't watch as much. Sadly.
So you're doing 5 videos a week?
Yeah, I'm trying to do 5 videos a week, and
Dang.
I've been very inconsistent for the past few months, but last month I managed to do that every single week. The week or the month before
Wow.
that, I was very inconsistent. I missed Monday this week, but I have videos slated for tomorrow. So,
Very nice.
and then I recently opened up three other channels, so I have 4 in total.
3?
Yeah. So,
Oh my gosh.
but one is um a Minecraft one. which I'm really proud of the first video on there.
It was great. I watched that one this morning.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
You killed it. I was very impressed.
The one on Simulcraft
I was,
or
like-
the one on Simulated?
The one on your Minecraft channel.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was super impressed. Yeah, I used to play Minecraft all the time, and I just kind of like I stopped playing, I don't know, probably years ago. So there's so much. It's like overwhelming. It's a new game.
Yeah.
And you were just like explaining everything really well, and it was like keeping me engaged, and like I watched the full thing front to back. I was really impressed.
Cool. I'm glad that all the explaining helped, because my brother came to me and was like, "Bro, everybody already knows Minecraft. You don't have to
No,
say that."
no, it was awesome. I would have had no idea what you were doing if you weren't explaining stuff.
All right,
So
cool.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
mean, that's the thing. Since I played Minecraft, it's changed so much. Like,
Yeah.
it gets updated all the time. So I think there's always people who you're gonna need to explain things to and update stuff on. But
Another thing I grew up on is Minecraft. Played it since the beginning, right?
yep, since Java.
Yeah. So I put a ton of work into that video, which is it's one of easily my best work in my opinion.
the new
The new
Minecraft one.
Minecraft video.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on only posting once a month at least on that video or on that
Okay.
channel. And then I started another channel called Meme Raider. Each video is like a long one is a minute long. So it's just like a quick thing where I try and be funny and react to a meme or three, and then just make it like funny edits or something.
Nice.
So then that's maybe only 3 videos a week. And then another one, I called it Simu Flash because I wanted to make like funny videos on old Flash games that, Flash was taken down kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All the games that we grew up on when we were skipping out on class, like Chromebooks and stuff, playing cool math games. But
Cool math games. Yep.
I've recently decided just to change the name on that to basically just Simu games or something, so I could do whatever I want on the channel. It's just gonna be the channel
Okay,
where I
okay,
throw all
cool.
my random content that I just kind of want to make
Sure.
a video on. Where I'm designating now Simulated to more just World Box and the Country Battle Royale videos.
And you're gonna keep those rolling 5 a week or
Yes. Well, the Simu
Dang.
games won't be. Simu games will be 3 a week.
right, but the main channel will be.
Main channel should
Is
be
it-
5 videos a week. Yes.
Dang, that's wild. You're hustling, dude.
I'm trying. Again, I'm fairly inconsistent, so.
So you had a pretty crazy schedule in high school. What's your schedule look like now? Have you
Well,
tamed it out a little bit or what?
so basically, so as soon as I graduated, my schedule went from I had no free time at all and no sleep to more free time than I could do anything with. And so since then, I decided I don't want to be bored all day. So I've upped my workload. So now I have more channels to make videos on, which is fun. It's fun to do other kind of content than the things on Simulated. So it's kind of revamping my like love of making videos, if that makes sense. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm getting
totally.
burnt out just on Simulated. But other
For
than
sure.
that, yeah, I've been trying to get into other things outside of video games in general. Working out, I've been doing consistently. Going to church again. I have a little Bible study with my cousin and friend, and then, yeah. So just trying to meet up with friends more, kind of thing. Just trying to
Good.
fill in my time. Been
Yeah.
learning to cook with my mom.
Dang,
Yeah, so it's been
I
good.
can't even do that. I mean, I can't do any of the things you do. I can't. So 5 videos a week would probably drive me insane.
Well, recently, my friend, another YouTuber, shout out to him, Monkus Mood. He showed me this little program. It's like a $5 monthly thing, but it's called Jump Cutter, and it'll automatically cut all your videos down. But you still have
Oh,
to
yeah?
sift
What?
through. Yeah, it automatically does it. So after a year of doing YouTube, I finally find this tool that like makes my life easy.
I need that in my life. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's called Jump Cutter. Super look it up.
I'm absolutely gonna have to look into it. That sounds awesome. How
Yeah.
much does that save you? A lot of time editing?
Oh, absolutely. Because a lot of
Wow.
Wow.
well, rather the let's say you have an hour long footage, right? It's an hour long of, if not more, of sifting through that, cutting it down to 10 minutes or 13 minutes or whatever.
Totally.
And depending on how much detail you want in that video, so like I'm not going to use Jump Cutter because it automatically takes away all the blank spaces, which sometimes isn't desirable. Like my Minecraft videos, I'll use a lot of the blank spaces as different. I could either like voice over it, or I can have like a little montage scene. But you can't have that with Jump Cutter. You'd have to do that manually. But for videos like my Country Battle Royale ones on Simulated, it's extremely efficient just to cut it down real quick, and then I can use all that time that I would have been cutting it down to add in more effects and make the music good and make it more of a quality video.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shortcuts are always good to learn things like that.
Yeah.
That's so you and I met 2016, 17?
I don't know. I was like 12 or something.
You were 12. So Josiah was in my youth group.
Yeah.
And way back in junior high when he was a short little fat kid, and now he's a tall scrawny kid, and he's got a big old YouTube channel and everything. So makes me feel really old for sure. But
you are old.
When I discovered your brother told me, I think, about your channel. I was like, oh, how's Josiah doing? He's like, oh, he's doing YouTube now. I was like, oh, okay, he's doing, everybody's doing YouTube. That's cute, like great. And then he showed me the channel, and I was like, 100,000 subs. That's insane. And I watched one of your videos, and I'm not trying to like tickle your ears here or anything, but I was genuinely like so impressed, especially because of who I knew you to be when you were a kid, like super shy and like reserved.
I'm still shy when
like we still have fun and stuff.
Yeah.
What?
I'm still really shy when I'm out in public. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But just your persona on YouTube at least was so different from our interactions, and I was just like, man, this kid is really doing it. He's killing it. And so I mean, ever since then, I've been subbed on both my YouTube channels, and your content's great. I loved your Mario and Bowser video, but I'm kind of partial to Nintendo content. So.
Yeah, I took it. So the first 3 days of making YouTube videos, or 2 days, I made 3 videos each day, and so I started out with a goal in mind, and it was by a week I wanted to learn something new about editing every single day. If not, just continue. Just every video I want to add something new into it that the previous videos didn't. And I knew from watching YouTube all my life, I knew if I didn't want to watch it, nobody else would.
Right.
So I still try and always watch my videos over, and if they're boring, that means I didn't do it good enough. Pretty much. If I don't want to watch it, that means I didn't make a good enough video. Like my Minecraft one, I was so excited to watch it, and the whole way through I was like, oh, this is sick. But some of my videos it's just not that way. I'll click off and be like, dang, I'll try again tomorrow. So thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to make them good.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing great. I'm loving what you're coming up with now, and I'm excited to see what your other channels do. So, with the meme, what's the meme one called?
It's called Meme Raider, which somebody in the comments was like, you should call it Simurated. That's a way better name. But so I might change it. I don't know. I haven't decided.
You gonna change that one too? Nice. So that'll be. Are you gonna focus more on like shorts?
Yeah, I was thinking about putting on shorts. I think the format for it works well with shorts. So
yeah,
definitely.
Is that something you've experimented much with, or?
I do have a few shorts on my channel.
How do those do?
Sorry?
How do those do?
They did very well, actually. It's funny though, because the ones that I thought would do well didn't, and the ones that I didn't think would do well did way better. Which is the story of YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I ran into that with like some TikToks I posted and stuff too. I like the ones I worked the hardest on and like spent the most time getting footage and everything. I'm like, these videos are gonna do great. They're like 2 of my least performing videos. I'm like, what the heck did I do wrong? Like,
I know
I was putting no effort into everything else.
It's really discouraging when that happens though. especially when you put so much time into it, right, and edit
For
it,
sure.
Right.
and you're proud of it, and it's not reciprocated as well as something you were up at 1 a.m. just trying to get something out. And, like my
Totally.
most viewed video on my channel, I remember I posted it like, dang, that sucks. Like, it wasn't good, and now it's the most viewed thing on my channel, and
Oh man.
it's kind
How
of
many
weird.
views does it have?
Something million,
Oh
million
my
something,
goodness.
but
That's wild.
it's just it's kind of bittersweet because it's also not something I want representing me as much as videos that I am proud of, right?
Mm, right.
So the thing that I feel like has hurt simulated a lot, as in the growth now, what kind of killed it is not only my inconsistency, but let's say I didn't put enough effort into one of my videos because I was trying to get out five a week. It's where if somebody watches a simulated video and they didn't like it because I made it trashy, then of course they're not going to click on another simulated video.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So starting these other channels where I have more experience on YouTube as well as more time to make those videos more quality. Hopefully each video will have a certain standard that's higher than most simulated videos, which so people would go to those more.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I've seen, and I wish, it was easier to replicate, but it seems like you really just have to have the experience, because every like second channel I've seen a large creator launch takes off right away. I mean, for one, they have the audience, but
Hmm.
two, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to see how those do, and especially if you're, really taking advantage of that. Is that so? What goes into making like a good video for you? Like, is it is it like mostly editing and mostly filming? Is the thumbnail really important? Is it the title? Like, what are all the ingredients?
Well, all of my thumbnails are pretty garbage. I try and make them good, but I don't have the eyes for it. That's for sure.
Okay.
Um, I tried to make that like a watermark thing, but I don't know if I actually need that. If anything, sometimes I think it degrades my thumbnails.
Hmm.
But in terms of making a video, recording's my least favorite part. Usually, it consists of an hour of footage, if not slightly less. Maybe on
Okay.
a World Box video, if I talk really fast, I can get it down to like a 30-minute recording, which is really nice when I do that. But um, otherwise, mostly it's editing, which editing can take from 2 to 8 hours per video, at least on simulated. But with the jump cutter,
Wow.
it's brought it down for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the Minecraft video took a really long time. I edited that over a whole week. Same with the footage, it takes even longer because Minecraft takes time. It's a grindy game.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Um, and then, yeah, meme raiders really quick. I just go on Reddit, crop out some memes, go haha at them, and then and then edit it. It's pretty quick.
So World Box is a cool game. Seems like it's got a really big community. Um and it I mean it seems like a fun game, but what genuinely I don't understand is how you keep making content out of it. Like,
I'm
how do
out.
you do that?
I'm out of
Like,
content.
you're out.
I'm so out of ideas on that game, dude. I've
Yeah.
milked it
Okay.
dry. I'm waiting for the next episode or the next update, and I'll make another little series on it where I can go more in depth on things, and I want to make it
Uh-huh.
more professional and something that people can like grow attached to characters almost, kind of more like a role
Mhm.
play little thing.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
been coming
okay.
up with ideas for that, but otherwise, in terms of making videos on the all the different monsters in the game, all the different little features you can mess around with the people with. I've
Mhm.
I've done it all. I, I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. And then there's a few other World Box YouTubers. They're all great. Go check them all out. And
No, don't. Just simulated.
Yeah,
Simulated
simulated's the
only.
king.
uh and and they have a lot of good ideas as well, but a lot of them mess around with mods, which last time I tried to install a World Box mod because I'm not good at that kind of stuff, I deleted the season 1 map of Pavverse season 1.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I deleted Pavverse season 1. So I was like, well, okay. Then I
Not
started
doing that again.
I started season 2, and I haven't tried to download a mod since. So plus
For sure.
Worldbox mods, a lot of them only really improve performance or add in a few different features that are more for like statistics and graphs and stuff that just show you there's not, or there's this modern mod, but all it does is change the textures of the buildings, which is fine, but I want more to actually
Yeah,
make a mod review about it, something like that.
For sure.
right.
Um,
Go ahead.
it's a sandbox game, so anytime you play it, things are going to be different.
Mhm.
I started out doing the 4 species battle royales, which was great. I loved making those. Was never even tired of them. But then an update came out, and it threw off the balance of all of the 4 main species of the game, and basically I can't do it anymore because now the orcs always win, no matter what.
Oh, really?
So since then, I haven't been able to do a 4. I've done a few videos of it, but each time the orcs win. So spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Mm.
It's not fun anymore, because I know who's gonna win. The
Right.
orcs won most of the time previously, but there was like I had a whole scoreboard. It was uh it was fun to see who would win each time,
Right.
depending on how the
Right.
map was played out, and different things would happen, and it was fun to narrate over. But since then, I've ran out of ideas because I don't have an idea I can just kind of repeat and have a different outcome with.
Yeah. So do the other Worldbox YouTubers do the same kind of videos that you do, or are they different in some ways, or how does that?
Many of them are different. Yeah. Melon is probably the closest to me, which he's almost
Okay.
at 100K, if not 100K, really soon. I don't know. I don't know where he
Oh
is
wow.
at the moment, but he's really close. So maybe you should have him on the podcast. And then Monkus Mood, he has great content. He is I don't know how many subscribers, multiple thousands. But he does more slow paced content, less cuts, more just, it's kind of like almost a stream, but a
Oh,
video.
Oh,
okay.
sure.
Some added music in the
Playthroughs and stuff.
background. Yeah, it's just chill, nice to watch. And then Flying Taco, he does all sorts of fun stuff. FMP, FMP reviews, he does a lot of Worldbox content, but he goes really in depth. He puts a lot of work into his videos where he makes these little animated stories and stuff. It's really
Oh wow.
quality content. Yeah, it's cool. So I don't know. We kind of do different things.
Do you stream at all?
I yes, no. I like, it's funny you mentioned I have a Twitch. I haven't been on the I only made the Twitch stream because whenever I tried to stream on YouTube, it wouldn't work. It would lag too much. Because
Hmm.
Hmm.
I would try and stream on YouTube and it would lag like crazy. Um and my whole comment section was just lag, 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 lag. It's too
Oh
laggy,
man.
and then people would click off. So I was like, well, that's dumb. So I went to Twitch because I figured it was just a better streaming service. But then none of
Yeah.
my YouTube following would follow me over. Plenty did, but it wasn't.
Go figure.
Instead of a few hundred viewers, it was like 30, right? And so
Oh
I was
wow.
like, okay, well, let's figure this YouTube thing out. And then I realized that on my OBS, my output for streaming was 800 or 8,000 bit rate, something like that.
Oh.
And so I looked up what it should be for YouTube, and it was, a good 7,000 bitrate high. So as soon as I fixed that, my streaming quality,
Wow.
it fixed itself. It wasn't laggy anymore.
There's always something, isn't there?
Yeah, there's always something. But at that point, I tried streaming, and I've streamed a few times since, but it's stressful. It's different than making a video. If I say something dumb, I get edited out, kind of thing.
Sure.
And you have to like constantly
Yeah, it's
be entertaining.
Yes, exactly. We're on a video. There's so many blank spaces where I'll edit out. All
Right.
my videos are fairly fast paced, but streaming, I have to like keep that energy going no matter what, and
Yeah.
it's
Right.
exhausting. It's
Yeah, that's
stressful, but it's fun.
for sure. Yeah, that's kind of like what's held me back from streaming, because like I'll finish recording a video and I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, 2/3 of this was dead air.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not gonna start streaming yet. Like,
Dude, that was something even getting into podcasting that Luke and I learned is like this is way harder than it looks.
Oh,
Like
super. It's a skill.
we have to constantly keep talking, and because of that I'm talking over him, and he's like, I was gonna say something, and then he tries to say something.
no. He never talks over me. Never. He's the perfect co-host.
I definitely
But
have a problem with
it's hard
interrupting
to
people.
keep things flowing, especially when you write all this stuff out and then you get through it in 5 minutes and you're supposed to be going for an hour and you're like, now I have no idea what we're gonna say for the rest of this.
It's hard to talk,
But
that's for sure.
I imagine streaming is very similar to that, if not even harder. Because we've done a couple like let's plays for the Patreon. We did a Star Wars Lego one last week.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. But I watched it and it's just like we kind of are just playing the game, you know? Like
Yeah.
that's definitely a skill that we need to learn. So it's a tricky thing.
Yeah,
But
it is. It's I listen to a lot of podcasts and it's just they keep talking. You know, there's very little blank
Yep.
space at all. And there are many big streamers, they talk about how exhausting it is. Like
right.
you're not only talking all day, but you're being watched by however
Right.
many people. That's scary. It's not
For sure. I don't
You're-
understand how people do it for like 8 to 10 hours.
No way.
Like I don't get that.
I mean,
Like,
people do 24-hour streams. Like, I don't think I could do it for 4 hours. I think I'd be burnt out just in the first couple.
I
It's
I don't think I have
Go
a
ahead.
stream that's over 2 hours, if
Yeah.
even. Like
yeah.
I end them. I'm like I'm tired. I don't want to talk right now. Peace
yeah,
out.
for sure.
See you guys later.
So what's the questions you get asked the most, like in your comments and stuff, and like what are the things people want to know when they watch your stuff?
Most of my comments are just pointing out some mistake I made. Uh, questions. If anything, I'll get more questions in my Discord server. I don't get many in my comment section, at least that
Okay.
I can think of right now. I don't know. People are usually they don't seem to question too much. I don't know.
What's like the comment you get the most?
It definitely used to be remember me when you're big. That was always a lot of them, which was annoying. But
Do
I
you
don't
remember
know.
any of them?
I took a picture of one because I was like, I have to do this. When I reach
Yeah.
1 million subscribers, I'm gonna be like, remember, or I'm gonna like put the screenshot up on the. I'll make a video about it. I remembered
go.
you, fool. I don't know actually about the comments. Most of them are different. I don't have many that I can think of that are constant. There's a few,
Yeah.
People will try and do like E. They'll just like type E, and then people will reply E, and then it's just like a whole ton of comments that reply E.
Is that just an engagement thing, or
I don't. I
people
think it's just
goofing off?
it's just a meme thing, yeah. And
It's
then
just a meme thing,
of course, there's all the comments like first, people trying to get first.
right?
Other than that, I have no idea.
Yeah. I would say 90% of my comments are copy pastas from the same person. So,
Hey man, it boosts engagement.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's trying. He's
Let's
trying
go.
to help.
I've had a few comments where people will reply to those comments, and it's literally just comment to boost engagement, and I'm like, oh heck yeah! Whenever I see that,
That's cool.
I'll like it and stuff.
So, I mean, it seems like you have a pretty dedicated community.
I'd say I have a small one. My channel's definitely inflated with subscribers. I have so many people come back and be like, I forgot you existed, and I'm like, cool. Or like I've commented on bigger YouTubers channels, and people will be like, Simulated, what are you doing here? And then other comments will be, oh, I used to watch your videos, and it's like, oh cool, thanks.
You're like, I'm
Great.
still making stuff, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get I feel like a successful channel is one that gets more views than subscribers, which is what mine used to be. But now it gets less views than subscribers. So it's
Oh, like per video
per
or?
video, yeah.
Mm,
Or on it, yeah, I guess on per video. Per day even. Yeah.
yeah. I just blanked. I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, let me interview you. So, Kirk,
Um,
how does it feel to make a podcast?
it's 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 weird, man. I mean, it's fun. I'm having a good time. It's cool. Trying to come up with stuff. I mean, we seem to have plenty of stuff to talk about every week,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, that's the hard part, right? But figuring out tech stuff, dude, is like not up.
Yeah, it's
it.
super frustrating. I feel like the like talking about stuff is the easy part. I mean, because that's we did all that before, right? Like we would talk about our favorite movies, we talk about the games
Right.
coming out. Like we did all that
We've done that
before,
our
and
whole
then we
lives,
just
yeah.
like decided to put microphones in front of it. So I mean, like that's definitely the easier part. Just like the technical side and like
Figuring out YouTube, what
trying
they
to
want,
trying to stay trying
getting
to
it.
stay consistent and things like that is for sure more difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's tiring. Just like streaming, just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and then on top of that, like I'm trying to like do my own channel too. So it's like I'm doing the podcast and like I want to help with that, but also I'm trying to like balance my own channel.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, 3 videos a week, I can do that. I did that once. So
Totally. I mean, my goal was to do the podcast every week and then a video every week, and that is not happening. Like, getting just a video out after the podcast. By the time I'm like ready to film a video, I'm so exhausted after doing all the stuff with the podcast and getting it all. But that'll get better as we go on, because most of that's setting up new channels and socials and getting it out there, putting it on Spotify, putting it on Apple, putting it on Google Podcasts, and kind of doing that incrementally as we go. So once I can figure out how to automate all of that, it'll free me up a lot more, I think, to do more single channel stuff. But
Can you put videos on Spotify? Because I know Joe Rogan, the biggest podcast in the world, he has video podcasts and you could watch them on Spotify.
Right. Yeah, well, I think if there's one person we have everything in common with, it's Joe Rogan.
Oh, for sure. No, yeah, I don't know. Joe Rogan's also the only one who I've ever seen post videos on Spotify.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
know.
I think I've seen music videos on
But
Spotify.
his is exclusive. He's exclusive to Spotify. He
Right.
doesn't have his podcast anywhere else anymore.
He has clips
So-
on YouTube, but
Yeah, just
but that's
clips.
it,
But
yeah.
the full podcast can only be watched on Spotify. So
So I can't
yeah, I
post
don't know.
I can't post my YouTube videos on Spotify.
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. I think it'd be cool if we could put our video on Spotify, but
Same.
I mean, I don't, just as a avid user of Spotify, I don't know if I would ever watch anything on Spotify.
Fair
The only
enough.
thing I have watched on Spotify is Joe Rogan, because I wanted to watch that Mr. Beast podcast you shared with me,
Oh yeah.
which was great, by the way. Super,
Yeah, that's a great podcast.
super enlightening. Jimmy is just a legend, man. We all just want to be the next Jimmy.
I'm fine with being at least underneath PewDiePie. That's fine. He could stay on top.
You think?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
PewDiePie could stay on top. That'd be cool.
Well, so I mean, what are your goals? Like, do you have
My goal
things
is
that?
literally just to make a living.
Yeah,
If I can make a living off of YouTube, I don't care how big I am, I'm happy.
totally.
Yeah. So
Is that because it's just because you love doing it so much, or to prove to yourself you can, or like what's
it's because I don't want
what's
to.
baked into
I
that?
don't want to go for a higher education through college. So as long as I can live off of YouTube, then I'm chilling.
College is a blast, man. I don't know what you got against college.
I don't like school, man. I don't want more homework.
Fair
I don't
enough.
want none of that. I don't want to
Fair
have to post in and put, turn in assignments and stuff. Besides getting my AA,
Well,
it's all like it's not classes that are like working towards my career. It's still just
Right.
like second high school.
Yeah,
well, in
no.
college is actually worse because you're paying to go to school.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're charging you money. Like
I'd rather make videos and then get money and then get
Yeah.
paid to do so. Yeah, exactly.
right.
Yeah, I mean, well, as long as you can keep growing and keep making money and keep making skills, do you want to do YouTube forever? Is that the goal, or do you
Um,
want to?
I've definitely changed my mind multiple times on that. Right now,
Yeah,
it looks like it. I do kind of want to, yeah, just keep going with it. And even if I didn't, I don't think I would ever stop posting videos. It would just be less videos.
right,
It'd be cool just to ride it out. I have put a lot of thinking into it and how young YouTube is, right? In most careers, you'll see people go into it, have a full career, and then retire. For YouTube, that's not a thing. It's either all we've seen so far is the channels that have been there, and then the channels that are the channels that were there, and then the channels that are still there.
right.
Where PewDiePie's talked about retiring. Rhett and Link are getting older. I'm sure they'll still do it for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
it's eventually people are going to retire and YouTube channels won't continue. So eventually we might see a kind of like cycle. People get to the top, they retire, more people come to the top, they retire. So that would be cool to like eventually be on the top and retire or something like that.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens with that because we there's no history to show that with a huge social media
Yeah.
platform like YouTube. It's all first
yeah.
off.
It's weird. It's weird how new everything is, and like nobody's really figured it out, especially because it's so changing all the time and stuff. I feel like if anybody like actually has figured it out, it's Mr. Beast. But I mean, he still posts videos that don't get as many views as his last one. So,
Well, yeah. Then he posts a Squid Game reenactment and
dude, crazy.
you know
That
gets
was
a
crazy.
what quarter billion views, something crazy like that.
Yeah,
Is it a billion yet?
Yeah, I don't remember how many it had, but I'm pretty sure on
I think it was like
Joe
300
Rogan's
million, yeah.
podcast he says that he had more views than like Netflix subscribers or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Joe Rogan has more viewers than all of the huge news companies combined. So like Fox,
Wow.
CNN, MSNBC, all of them
Jeez.
combined. Joe Rogan
Wow,
has more
that's
listeners.
terrifying. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is
I
crazy.
hope they don't get their news from Joe Rogan.
Like the do you guys know what Sonder is?
What is it?
Sonder? It's a word. It's a word.
Sonder. Saunder.
Yeah, Sonder. Yeah. So it's basically it's a feeling you get when you're like walking by random people, and then you realize that they have a life just as complicated as your own, kind of thing. So like, let's say you're driving on a freeway, every car you're passing has somebody sitting in it with a life just as
Oh,
complicated as your
sure.
own, just as in depth, with their own worries, their own consciousness. They don't care about you. You're just that random car, just like they're that random car.
Right.
And so it's something I think about a lot. It's pretty weird.
That
Uh,
is weird.
it's crazy to think about because of how many people there are, and it's
Mhm.
just
For sure.
who knows how much of everything is going on, like how
Yeah,
much
that's
pain, how much
trippy.
happiness, how much what are people going through, how many. I don't know, I think about it too much probably.
Do you ever think about that in context of like your viewers or subscribers?
Yeah, because I've thought about it like
That's
I'm
crazy.
yeah, I my it's unfathomable. Even 1,000 people watching me, my brain can't comprehend. Like what?
Right.
Like it doesn't make sense. Um, it's kind of funny. Uh, some people will sit on the toilet and watch a YouTube video, and it's kind of funny. It's like how many people have been sitting on the toilet watching my video. That's kind of weird.
That's hilarious.
It's something to think about. It's kind of
Yeah. Toilet watch time.
yeah.
300 hours.
I guess I'd rather have them watching my video on the toilet than somebody else's.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah.
Good
Fair
way.
enough.
Good way to look at that.
Fair enough.
Where can I get a sweatshirt?
Nowhere yet. It's actually something that I've been so lazy about because I
Mm,
worked with my cousin's a web designer, and
okay.
so he hooked me up with we all kind of like made a little website for clothing, and I put a ton of designs on it and stuff, working through a certain company. I don't remember what it's called now, to print them, right, and I'd get a percentage of the profit.
Uh-huh.
And then I never finished it, and I never released it. So this is just like my testing product.
It looks great. It looks super comfy.
I would wear one.
Yeah, I like it. Released eventually. You'll get it. You'll get it. You know, it'll happen eventually. Yeah.
So how often do you encounter people that think it says stimulated?
Maybe that's my number one comment. Stimulated. I've never been recognized in person besides once. But it was very vague and short. It was like I was still in high school.
Wait, you got recognized?
Only in high school, and it was just a random kid. We were walking opposite directions in the hallway, and he was like, "Hey, you're simulated, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah." And then that was it, and we kept walking.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I never met that kid before. But other than that, so I don't know how
That's
much I count
crazy.
that as being recognized. Because
That totally counts.
yeah, but it doesn't feel as random. I'm in a school. My friends know that I'm simulated. You know, how many
Right.
friends does it take to then get to that kid? You know what I'm saying? Like my
Sure,
friends have
sure.
friends have friends. I don't know. I don't know how many people knew about me in high school. It was only the last 3 months. You know, again, just like I'm shy, so I kind of stuck with my close knit of friends, kind of thing. I wasn't like running around screaming, "I have this many subscribers on YouTube."
Wear your play button to school.
I didn't have it at that time. Otherwise, I would have. No, just kidding.
Yeah, show and tell.
Yeah. Just like in second grade. What'd you bring, little Timmy? I brought my million golden play button.
Dude, that's what.
Do you think
That's
that's,
what
what
that
like
Toys
all the
with
toy
Ryan-
YouTubers do?
Oh man, like little kindergarten kid comes with a gold play button. Oh man.
Have you been recognized?
No.
I know you have,
No.
because at church everybody was like, "Yo, it's Kirk." Oh, no,
Yeah.
okay.
You're right. No, it's more like instead of people recognizing me in person, they recognize me on the internet. They're like, "Hey, I know you from real life." That's the ratio right now. I know I've got more like, 6,000 subscribers in real life. And so it's actually more surprising for them to see me on the internet than it is for
Yeah, for me it's the opposite. Everybody's
vice
shocked
versa.
that I'm on
Exactly.
the internet. Yeah. Or rather, they're shocked that I have real life people. Yeah. Does that make sense? It's the opposite of you. So I have.
Yeah. Yeah, yours is the normal one.
Yeah, sure. I I recently got I bought Star Wars the new Star Wars Lego game, and I haven't been able to play it yet. And
It's trash.
no way.
It-
I've only
It's
heard
not
good
trash.
things.
I love it.
No, it's not. It's just
It's
not-
so different from the old ones.
it's super different from the old ones, which kind of bummed me out. I don't know. It seems like something I would enjoy more single player than multiplayer, and
Is it-
that's just not really what I wanted out of it.
Is it not single player?
No, it is.
Oh.
It is. I just like all the old ones. I played them with my siblings. Like it was fun playing them with siblings or friends or whatever. And this one, like it's the third person angle instead of like I don't know. The old ones were almost like
Top
3D
down.
Mario.
I
They
see.
weren't
Yeah.
really top down. They were like
Oh, they were.
fixed camera 3D, not
I know what you mean.
kind of like
Yeah.
Mario World. And I feel like that worked better for multiplayer, and now it's like split screen, and I don't know, it's kind
It
of
never, like,
funky.
The screens never converge into one screen as you run around each other.
Right.
That's dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if I played it solo, I would enjoy it more.
Mhm.
But that's also that's not why I wanted to play that game. Like
Right.
I wanted to play it with friends, with people, and I probably won't do that. So
It's a fun shut your brain off game. Play it for a couple hours, run around breaking stuff, collecting studs,
Yeah.
getting characters. It's been really. I've enjoyed it because I've played through episode 4, episode 7, episode 1 and 2, and it's just it's like nostalgia, just playing through the old
But it's
Star
all
Wars movies, and
it's like the old games though, right? But with more, I believe.
it's totally different.
Totally different. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good
totally
too.
different.
There's a certain balance between nostalgia and having new experiences, right? I don't
Yeah,
want it just
for
to be a
sure.
nostalgia hit.
exactly. Yeah, and nostalgic in the way that it just reminds me of Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's fun to relive those movies in any way. And it's the cute little skits they do are funny, and I think the voice acting is actually really good because a lot of the Clone Wars and Rebels voice actors are in the game. So all of the stormtroopers
Oh, cool.
and clone troopers are voiced by that guy that does the clones in the show, and you've got the guy that does Yoda and the guy that does the narration and stuff. And you've got Obi-Wan and Padme. So it's got a really good cast. It's a huge game. It's probably 250 hours to complete. So
You talking like get all the collectibles or just the levels?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I'll
Just
ever
just
get.
playing through the levels probably
Have you
like
ever
10 hours or
completed a game
something.
100%? Like getting all of the collectibles, all the little hidden features, all the little
You've
hidden.
never completed a game 100%?
I haven't, not with all the little things. I do the campaign, mess around a little bit. Of course, I get little bit achievements every now and then,
Yeah.
but I never do the thing where it's like complete all the achievements to get to the last achievement kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I
I
never
get
do
so
that.
hooked on
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't think I've ever done that either.
I did it with Spider-Man. It was amazing.
You don't get bored at all? Doesn't that take forever?
Some games do a better job than others.
Yeah.
On how much you need to do to get 100%. There was definitely like a little bit of bored happening, but the thing about like Spider-Man, for example, is literally swinging around the city is so much fun. That's the best part of the game. So going around collecting collectibles and doing missions and stuff is not so bad, but it just kind of depends.
That makes sense.
100% is not for everybody. I think most of the time you don't want to because by the time you're done, you hate the game. Um, but it just kind of depends.
Are you?
That platinum trophy is just so alluring to me.
Yeah, it's not to me. If anything, I just look at it and go, "Wow, that sounds horrible."
Terrible. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Are you guys Halo fans?
Are we what?
Halo fans?
I'm a newer Halo fan.
Hmm?
I played like the first one, just multiplayer. I didn't really play the campaigns on any of them. But I got like really into Infinite for a while. But like I'm just waiting for the new update. I haven't played in a little bit.
Yeah, me
But
too. I've been playing it
I love
again,
Halo.
and I just want all the old fun game modes back. I don't know
Yeah,
why they're
yeah.
not in the game. I don't think they should
Same.
have
well,
released it without all of them.
I want more maps
Agreed.
too. Like I
Yeah,
think it's kind
exactly.
of ridiculous that there's 8 maps and we're 6 months into the game, like, and
They're
then
only adding 2
we're only
maps
getting
and
2 more from the update. So like I don't know. I've been kind of disappointed with the amount of content, but gameplay wise, I love it. It's
Me too.
super fun.
I agree.
that's what people have been saying. Like 3-5 years from now, this will be a great Halo game.
Yeah.
Yeah. once all the content's out.
I played through the
Um,
whole campaign in like 3 days. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
loved it. I loved the whole thing because it's been so long since I played Halo, and I grew up playing all of them. And
Yeah, same.
it was just a fresh experience. The grappling hook's fun. It's the closest thing to an open world Halo game you can have. So
It was pretty open world.
yeah,
Most of the time.
and
So, yeah.
so it was a lot of fun. Played through it real quick. Yeah, definitely want. I'm just waiting for the infection game mode, the flood one.
Oh yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
fun. That'll be cool. It's gonna be like a round thing?
I have no idea. I don't know if they've even announced what game modes are coming in or not.
Oh, I think they said that
I thought that
would
was
be
just
in the next one.
like I thought that was just the one person is
Oh, is that the
it's like one versus
one of
everyone
you's a
and then
zombie and
yeah,
Yeah.
Is that what you're
that's
talking
what I
about?
thought it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a super fun.
That's what I hope it is.
I wish you could do custom game modes like you used to be able to do.
You can
But
do
there's just
custom
so
ones.
much missing.
You could change up the gravity and stuff. Yeah, with your friends, you could do custom ones. You change up the
Oh,
gravity.
right.
the
Yeah,
health
yeah.
stuff.
No, yeah, I see what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
Forge isn't there, which is sad. You can't make
Right.
like
Right.
mongoose races. You can't come up with little
Right.
arenas and stuff that you fight your friends in. which the
Orange
old
was
Halos did so well.
supposed to come out with season 2, but it got delayed.
Mm.
So
When is season 2 coming out? Because so is campaign co-op.
Early May.
yeah, I think it's May.
It's like first or second week of May. We get season 2.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'll definitely jump back into
I'll hop
it.
back on.
I
yeah.
like also I bought the battle pass, and I don't know, when did it release? Like October,
I think
something like that. November.
Because I remember thinking the season 1 was like 6 months. Is
Right.
A long time.
Yeah, by before Christmas, I was level 100 on the battle pass. So I was like, well,
Oh, dang.
I have nothing to do now. So
Yeah, we played a lot when it came out.
Yeah, you
Um,
played it way more than me. I'm still like level 16.
well, and that's one of the things that was so fun about the multiplayer for me was unlocking the new stuff. And
yeah.
anytime they had an event, I would jump in, but then I would unlock everything in the event, and then
Have
I'd be
nothing to
done.
do.
And
Mhm.
for a little while, the like weekly thing you would get for completing all the challenge was keeping me in it. But I don't really care about emblems or whatever, and that was mostly what they were doing. And on top of that, the XP doesn't matter because I'm level 100. So it was like I just couldn't do it anymore. So I'm excited for the update though. Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned you have a channel. What do you do?
I do. Plays at night everywhere. On YouTube, Reddit. Subscribe. I'm just doing like Black Ops 3 zombies content.
Heck yeah.
I grew up playing Call of Duty Zombies, and for the longest time I watched YouTubers play like custom maps on PC because there's mod tools and everything. So I finally picked it up, and now I have like thousands of maps probably that I can play. So it's so much fun, and it's got me right back into it. But that's just kind of what I've been making on the channel. I'll probably branch out of that eventually, but that's what I'm playing at the moment. So like that's what I'm gonna record and make stuff for. So
The custom maps are really fun. We did a Princess Peach's castle from Mario 64, and like all of the
it's
rooms,
it's a really fun
really,
map.
Really cool. We'll do a video on that.
There's
probably.
like a really good balance between meme maps and like actually really fun, cool, detailed
some of the
like
meme
Treyarch level maps.
are
For
that.
sure. Some
Like
of the yep. I'm a huge Office fan, and somebody made an Office Zombies map. It takes place in the office, and you do the Dunder Code Easter egg, like, which is just so much fun. Like, so but then there's just other maps that are just ridiculously hard. Like it's called Cheese Cube, and it's just a tower of cheese, and you just have to get to the top, and it's impossible. I can't beat it. It's so difficult. Like so.
That sounds epic. As long as you're enjoying it, it's fine to have it be like your only content on the channel. It's like doing World Box forever. I'm so glad I started to do the country battle royale videos, even though I'm kind of burnt out on those too. But I gotta get through every country. It's just you get burnt out on it, and then therefore it's less fun to record, and then people can sense that unconsciously. Even if I'm trying to be all energetic, it's like I'm not having fun. So if I'm not having fun, people aren't gonna have fun watching it. So there's a balance.
I'm hoping it'll get me through to the new zombies content that we'll get. We're getting some eventually, so hopefully I can get to the new stuff, and then I can just jump into the new stuff and start making videos on that. But
yeah, as long as you're having fun doing it, like it's great. Yeah,
for sure.
That's the thing that I hope keeps us doing the podcast and doing our own channels is it at the end of the day, it is fun. Like it's a fun thing that we enjoy doing, and it's been really nice to have a creative outlet to do all this stuff that I've been doing Photoshop since I was like 10 years old. So being able to do thumbnails is fun, and I like designing all that stuff and learning how to do animations and how to edit videos and all that stuff it's just been good to have that outlet, and then hopefully like by the time we get really good at this, maybe it'll start to pick up too. So who knows?
Yeah. So about a week and a half ago, I switched to Adobe Premiere, because otherwise my whole YouTube channel is built off of a free software called Shotcut. It's very garbage. It crashed all the time, that kind of thing. And the editing was all pretty janky. But Premiere Pro has been so much fun to learn, and like my Minecraft video, I feel like it's just a completely different tier of YouTube video in terms of quality, and it's all thanks to Adobe Premiere. So that's cool because I could never do that on Shotcut.
Yeah. Was that a big transition for you, or
Oh yeah,
was
it
it
was a
pretty
good 2
seamless?
days of watching YouTube videos, being like, wait,
Oh
how did
wow.
I do that again? Or
Mm.
just trying to figure
Hmm.
out what I can do. Um, and I'm still learning. I'm definitely not a master at the program at all. Most of the buttons are still like, what is that? I have no idea what anything does.
Gotta
Um,
learn those hotkeys.
yeah, exactly. Definitely gotta learn the hotkeys because otherwise I'll be here for another 3 hours editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
So it's been fun to learn that. I feel like my videos are definitely gonna go up in quality because of it. Especially once I get more
Yeah,
used to it and I could kind of streamline my
totally.
workflow through it. Yeah,
Yeah, and just using a better program in general is gonna be nicer on you once you get used to it. So
absolutely.
yeah.
But if anybody's starting out doesn't want to pay $20 a month for Adobe Premiere, you should get Shotcut.
I've been using DaVinci Resolve, and that's
Yeah,
been really
same.
great too.
That's been good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty intuitive.
editing is my least favorite part. So I'll probably never like because DaVinci has a paid version too. So I'll probably just stay there for as long as I possibly can, and if I want the cooler features, I'll upgrade so that way I don't have to relearn a new program. But yeah, I mean, so far it's done everything that I've needed it to do. So yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, heck yeah. As long as it does everything you need it to do and it's at the quality you want your videos to be at. It's funny you say that recording's your favorite part because that's definitely my least favorite part.
Yeah,
I love the editing aspect of it because there's a sense of like I don't have to be energetic in that moment if that makes sense. I could just
sure.
chill and like relax and just edit the video. Try and make it funny. It's fun
Yeah.
to put in all the fun edits and see it all come together. Where recording, I feel like I have to sit down and like work pretty much.
Yeah,
Uh, which I hope at some point I can get past that and really have something I truly do enjoy recording, which that would
Yeah,
make the
that's
whole
that's
process.
that's exactly how I feel about editing. Like I have fun making the videos and everything, or like recording the podcast, but like the thought of editing is just like, please no. Like I actually think I think I have a pretty solid video, but it's one of my longer, like, content wise. Like I filmed probably 6 or 7 hours of stuff, and just like thinking about having to go through that
dang.
and cut it down, and like I filmed it like 3 weeks ago, and it's not even close to done.
You'll have to
So
try his new
but
program.
Yeah, jump cutter.
oh,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Because like there's times where, like, especially if it's a map that I'm like struggling with and I'm just dying a lot, I'm like, okay, well, no one's gonna want to watch the beginning of this map 30
Right.
times, so like I'm not like talking or anything during it. So having something that would just cut all that out sounds amazing. Like I love that. So
If even like that would make an idea in my head where it's like obviously you don't have to do this, but every single time I die or lose, it'd just be like a quick like 5 minute montage of me going like every time I lose, and it's just like it cuts to
yeah,
each lost, and it's just kind of like a little funny, funny music in there, and then
totally.
it goes to
I'm
beating it.
literally working on that right
Oh
now.
heck yeah!
That's funny you say that. Yeah, like I was editing that little montage earlier today. Exactly. But
Well, I think that's pretty much all we have for you. Thanks so much, Josiah, for coming on and doing this with us.
You're welcome.
Uh,
Thank you for
yeah,
having me on.
dude, it's been a
yeah, it
blast.
was awesome.
So what's coming up for you? What's next? Tell the good people where they can find you.
On YouTube, you can find me on YouTube. I don't really post on Instagram, but feel free to follow me on that. TikTok I don't post on anymore, but feel free to follow me on it. And then
Mostly YouTube.
Twitch you can follow me on, but I also don't stream on it. So YouTube, follow me on my
YouTube.
4 channels: Simulated, Simicraft, Meme Raider, and Simiflash. However, the last two might have
What's-
different names soon here. So
But they
yeah.
can find all 4 from your main channel.
Yes,
Well, yeah,
right,
yeah.
we'll
so
have
if you
all your
find-
links
yeah.
in the.
If you find one of the channels, all of their videos in the description will have links to the other ones.
Very nice.
So what's the next big thing you got coming out?
Uh,
What are people looking forward to?
I have no idea. I just dropped a big thing.
Cool.
I just opened up 3 other channels, so that's the big thing that's happening now, at least.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah, that's a lot. That's pretty
For
big.
sure. Well, I'm looking forward to the content. I'll definitely be watching.
Me too,
So
especially the meme stuff.
yeah, and I'm looking forward to more Minecraft stuff, and
Me too.
for sure. So cool, man. Well, it was awesome talking to you.
Well, heck yeah! Can't wait to listen to more podcasts.
For sure, we'll have more. So
This one will be out on Wednesday. Well, that's our first interview in the bag. That was fun. It was cool to
it was
have him
awesome
on.
to have him on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was super cool. I think it's kind of hilarious that we're like total opposites when it comes to what we like to do on
Yeah,
YouTube.
totally.
You know, we're also total opposites on subscriber count.
Right.
So you know, like that makes sense, I guess. So, but no, it was super cool talking to him. He's got some really exciting stuff coming up. You know, like
yeah. Dude, starting 3 new channels. That is.
And honestly, I'm
is
super
really cool.
like I know he mentioned that it won't be just a Flash game channel, that he's gonna like just put everything on there, but I really hope he plays Flash games.
Oh yeah,
Like
he will.
especially like cool math games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like some of those games were legitimately good games. Like
Mhm.
like
Oh,
they,
yeah,
they
totally.
would sell for $1 or $2 on the Switch, you know, like
or mobile or whatever.
There was all sorts of actual fun games on that website.
Well,
so.
and people loved those Flash applications so much that it was the community that restored it because Adobe closed Flash
Oh, really?
completely. Yeah. And so the communities made a way for those to be playable apparently. And so that's the way that he'll be doing it. So that's really cool. We really appreciate you coming on, Josiah.
Yeah. And check him out. Go check out Simulated. He makes good content.
So next up we have just a couple of games coming out this week. First we have Star Wars: The Force Unleashed on Switch. So I'll just read the back of the box for these because we only have a couple of them. You are Starkiller, Darth Vader's secret apprentice who has been trained to hunt down and destroy the Jedi. Take advantage of the devastating force powers and lightsaber combos to Darth Vader's bidding. Similar to the 2008 release on the Nintendo Wii, you can use the Nintendo Joy-Con motion controllers to truly feel the destructive power of the Force or challenge a friend to a 1v1 in local multiplayer duel mode. So that'll be a cool re-release. It sounds like they have some modern updates to it.
Is dual mode new?
It was new in the Wii.
Oh, okay.
We never had
Okay.
it. I had this game on the 360. So it sounds like I think there's like 30 some characters.
Do you remember that Star Wars dual Wii game that we had?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I completely forgot about
the
that.
lightsaber duels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh my gosh, it even came with a little lightsaber
Yep.
attachments.
Yep.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I think you had to buy those separately.
I
but
completely forgot about
Luke's
that.
having flashbacks
Jeez.
right now. But yeah, those would be cool. And the fact that you can use Joy-Cons as lightsabers is kind of neat. So that'll be a fun thing to check out. And then Dune Spice Wars is coming out on the PC this week. Dune Spice Wars is a real-time strategy game with 4X elements from the developers of critically acclaimed Northgard. Set in Frank
Ooh.
Herbert's groundbreaking Dune universe, you must lead your faction and battle for control and dominance over the harsh desert plains of Arrakis.
Ah.
So that's a cool RTS coming out. Dune historically was one of the best RTSs ever made. Dune and I think Dune 2.
Oh really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Led to Age of Empires, led to some of
Very
the
interesting.
ones that we really like, Star Wars Battlegrounds and things like that. So yeah, that it looks like they've got some really interesting element like politics involved in a real-time strategy. I'm not really even sure how that would work, but obviously combat and then espionage as well. So Dune Spice Wars, that comes out April 26th, and Force Unleashed comes out April 20th. Couple slow weeks. Next week we've got Switch Sports and a couple other games, and we'll remind you next week when those come out. And then summer, it looks like it's maybe going to be a little bit slower than we were anticipating. So some things got delayed, and we might have some more time for our backlog after all. So I'm hoping I get to catch up on all the stuff that we've been behind on. So that just takes us into what we've been playing. Luke, what have you been playing?
I forgot what it's called, so you go first.
Luke has been riveted by the new game that he has been using. I've just been playing Star Wars Lego again. I still haven't finished Kirby, haven't finished Elden Ring, haven't finished Star Wars. So hopefully this week, with nothing really coming out, I can get on that because I really need to get Kirby done. I'm really loving Kirby. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's getting hard. Which is awesome.
Is it, or are you just bad?
No, it's getting hard. Like Kirby end games are always hard. That's
okay. Okay.
That's the thing is it's like post game, you know.
Sure. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Star Wars Lego's been good. I've just been playing, sitting in my Uber waiting for rides, and it's a good shut your brain off game and mining resources and things like that. But that's pretty much it. It's been kind of a busy week, so I haven't had much. Oh, and we played that VR game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. I wanted to bring that up. We were playing some Walkabout mini golf on Oculus Quest 2.
Man, that game is so
Sorry,
fun.
Meta Quest 2. It's such a fun game. It is one of the best VR games I've played. No, it's $10.
Oh, okay.
But it's totally worth it. And then there's 3 DLC maps for $9, $3 each,
which we sprung for immediately.
Both
problem.
we've only played 2 out of the 3. And we played one. It's like Gardens of Babylon. It was so cool,
beautiful.
And then we played like a Candyland one. It's called like Sweetopia.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
So
it was so much fun. Like there's one hidden golf ball on every hole.
Yep.
So there's 18 different ones you can get, and then after you complete the daytime version of the map / the easy version of the map,
there's a hard mode.
There's a hard mode which takes place at night. So it completely changes the environment and everything.
And it adds a scavenger hunt.
And it adds a scavenger hunt, which
cool.
and if you complete that, you get a new club.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even think about Babylon and Sweetopia.
Yep, we'll get
new
clubs for Babylon and Sweetopia.
Do you want to play that tonight?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would really like to. Yeah.
I'm very excited for it. So, like, I cannot stress how
video.
It's so.
I'm not sure how we can do it, but
it's so much fun. If you have a Quest 2. Pick it up. Walkabout mini golf. If you don't have a Quest 2, pick one up. It is worth it.
Yeah,
100%.
It's amazing.
It is so much fun to play. So, but yeah. Anyways, so other than that, I actually, let me talk about this real quick too.
Okay.
Sorry, it's related. I want to make sure it's still going. I picked up a bundle on Humble Bundle.
The VR bundle?
No, so there is a VR bundle currently out. But the
VR bundle is really good.
This was a while ago. So like a month or 2 ago, I picked up the Ukraine bundle. It was like 40 plus games or something like that. Or it was $40 for like 100 items. And then like 60 of them were games.
Right.
And I just went through and like sorted out which ones I wanted. And then I gave some away. And then like I downloaded. So one of them was, how do you say this? Superland?
Superland.
Have you heard of this?
No.
It was actually pretty fun. It's a sandbox game. Their like description of it is Zelda meets Mario meets Metroid. Like,
interesting.
I don't see that at all. Like, I mean, I get what it's more like Zelda meets Mario. I don't really see there's like some platforming stuff that maybe is more like closer to Metroid than Mario. Maybe it's not Metroid that they compared it to, but I don't know. It's fun. I've put like maybe 2 hours into it, something like that. I was just when I was waiting for my Quest to charge last night to play Walkabout, I jumped on and I played a little bit more today. But you're
is that what you were playing while I was setting all this up?
Yeah, you're literally in a sandbox, like in someone's backyard.
Oh no way!
Like it actually
that's cool.
So weirdly gave me Toy Story vibes from Nintendo 64.
I thought that as soon as you
said
exactly.
That, yeah. Like I don't know. I just turned the corner and there was something giant that is actually really small, and it was just like weirdly.
I feel like maybe I saw an ad for this on Instagram. Can you is there like a toy store that you can play inside?
I don't think so.
Okay.
See, you're like a little like stick figure thing.
Oh, okay, that's not what I saw.
You know, and then like that's the environment.
Wow, that looks really good.
Yeah, it's actually.
How much is it?
So,
$10?
yeah, $10. Weirdly, it kind of makes me motion sick.
Just on the.
Yeah, just on PC.
I wonder if it's
I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with it, but it's first person, but your character is like flat, so I don't know. It's kind of odd, but there's some neat like different platforming things. I just unlocked triple jump, so every game I've ever played, like double jump or like more than that is height, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't height, it's distance. So like
Mm.
you get some height out of it, but you think jumping 3 times, you think you can jump 10 feet up in the air, and it's like no, you can jump like 4
But you
feet
can
up in
jump
the
really
air,
far.
but you can jump really far. And
Gotcha.
so what's cool is that's how you turn corners. So you jump and then you jump
Oh,
and then you
okay.
jump, you know. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's not hard in any way, shape, or form, but I'm
Well, we've got
only
game
like
sharing on
recently
so
into
I'll
it.
have
So
to check it out.
yeah, I mean it's worth it. It's worth like it's just a fun game to kind of like just mess around in,
Yeah,
you know.
totally.
So it would be great for VR. That the entire time I'm thinking it, you know what's the VR game that we play where it's like in the school and it's you're killing like all the goblins and stuff. You got the
Oh, Rec Room?
bows. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I forget what it's called in Rec Room, but it kind of gives me those vibes and how it looks and plays. So I think it would be great for VR. It would be super fun in VR too. It would make me crazy motion sick in VR though.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that's what I've been playing. You know what I didn't play?
What did you not play?
A short hike.
Mm. Oh yeah, I didn't play your game
Oh.
either.
So, eShop, I shop, you shop. We'll talk to you about it next week. Shop. Whoops. So, which is funny because I looked it up. A short hike is like an hour and a half. I specifically didn't want to play it because I wanted to play it in one sitting when I was waiting for my Quest to charge. So but then my Quest took way longer to
Yeah.
charge that. So I could have played it and beat it. But
It depends. An hour and a half to do the game, but I mean I spent probably 5 or 6 hours on it
Sure.
just running around doing
well, yeah,
stuff.
but
There's so
I want to
many-
like, you know, so I don't know. I'm excited to play it.
Yeah.
I'll have it played for next week so we can talk about
Same.
it.
I'll have to make sure I get what was it called? Monsters of Mars or something like that.
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
No clue what it was called.
But we'll get those reviews next week. But that's pretty much all we have for you. Leave a comment, ask a question. If you got any questions or comments for Josiah, leave those in there as
Yeah.
well. And we'll make sure he gets those. Go check out his channel, Simulated on YouTube, and he's got 3 more channels. He's got 4 channels now
Yeah.
that he's gonna be doing content on. Go check out his meme reviews and all that stuff. Other than that, Luke's doing zombies content as always. I'll be
Plays at night on YouTube, Reddit, Letterboxd, Twitter,
for the 4th
Instagram.
time in the podcast.
Find me everywhere.
And I'll probably try to get out a video here this week as well. So
Very cool.
we are trying to get that content going. So yeah, give us a review. That really helps on iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. And if you're on YouTube, just like the video. That would be a huge help for us. We're just trying to get this podcast out to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And
Check us out on Patreon.
oh yeah,
yeah,
Patreon.
so-
we got a whole bunch of
We've got
content
quite
we
a
added
we've
last
got
week.
a bunch of different types of content too on Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
We've got
There's
we've
hours
got
of
like
content.
extended podcast. We have our episode 0 of the podcast is on there.
Yep.
We have
The
let's
last episode,
plays
episode
and
5.
gameplay. Yeah, episode 5 is on there. So there's a bunch of content on there. So definitely give that a check too.
Yep, it's only $5 a month unless you want to do any more. But we're just trying to make sure we backload that as much as we can.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.